So this is the Courage to Love Part 3 in the larger world of relationships. So welcome back to this continuing journey through the courage to love. We began with those closest to us, those intimate partnerships and bonds where love feels natural, easy, but can both inspire us and challenge us in our own awakening. And then we turned inward, exploring what it means to love ourselves, not as a final destination, but as a part of the whole movement of love, and how these qualities of love and compassion are always with us, just as they are with others. And today, we step further into this landscape, into the wider web of connection, friends, acquaintances, co-workers, neighbors, and even strangers, the people we share the world with. This is a vast and complex area of practice. So some of these relationships are chosen. Friends who mirror our values, inspire us or make us laugh. They might challenge us in good ways, sparking growth, inviting fresh perspectives. And then there are relationships we didn't choose. The neighbor with the barking dog, the coworker who doesn't seem to like or respect us, or the customer who snaps at us, and the stranger on the street whose life briefly intersects with ours. Each encounter, every person we meet, becomes a part of the tapestry of our lives. And sometimes the threads feel warm and comforting, and other times they snag, irritate, or even wound us. But love, this courage to love, asks something deeper. It asks us to show up to all of it, to not turn away from the challenge, but to stay with an open-heartedness. I'm reminded of something the Dalai Lama once said. Old friends pass away, new friends appear. It's just like the days. An old day passes, a new day arises. And the important thing is to make it meaningful. A meaningful day, a meaningful friend. I remember sitting in a bustling shopping center with Edwin, my partner, and we noticed at a table beside us there was an elderly woman, and she was sitting there eating a packed lunch, which she probably brought from home in order to sit around others. And her head was down, and yet there she was sitting in these beautiful handmade clothes that were very eccentric. And Edwin simply commented on her outfit and complimented her. And her face lit up. That one moment of being seen lifted her up, and she simply radiated. What if we lived our lives that way, letting every interaction matter, if even only for a moment? Of course, this isn't always easy. We live in a polarized world. We carry our own stories, judgments, fears. We sometimes put people into boxes. And sometimes we do this after just one moment, one look, one word. Have you ever done that? Dismissed someone because of how they spoke, the clothes they wore, or because they reminded you of someone from your past? And just as we do this to others, others do it to us. They hold on to an image of a version of us frozen in a moment, maybe when we were angry or judgmental. And, it's just so painful and yet so human. So how do we begin to open to each other again? There is a beautiful practice I often return to, and it's simple. You can do it anywhere, anytime. You look at another person and think, just like me. Just like me, this person wants to be happy. Just like me, they've had joy and heartbreak. Just like me, they may feel confused, uncertain, or lost. And just like me, they're trying. This scene, this remembrance can break down walls. It doesn't mean we always agree or feel close, but it does help us to meet the world with more compassion, more curiosity, more interest, and to be able to see others. There's also a powerful Buddhist meditation known as exchanging self with others. And it invites us to step into the shoes of another, whether it's a friend, a stranger, someone we struggle with, imagining the world from their perspective, to see the world through their eyes, to see or feel what they might be feeling, and to look back and see ourselves through that lens. We might notice our own reactivity and softens. Through this practice, the lines between me and you begin to blur. We begin to understand in a very real way that we are all connected, that beneath our masks and habits, we are not so different. So in this world of differing relationships where opinions clash and roles shift, can we hold steady with our hearts? Can we meet people not as enemies, not as objects, but as beings just like us, with their own hopes and fears, their suffering, their joys? This too is the courage to love, not because it's always easy, but because it's what frees us. So I invite you to do the guided meditation connected to this teaching. And then in the next part of our series, we'll continue to open to this field, moving into the reality of interconnectedness and how our love naturally expands into the larger web of life itself. But for now, just notice today, tomorrow, in your life, when you meet somebody, can you meet them with this question? What would it mean to love here?